It is the 15th hour on the 25th of May, 2021, at 40 degrees, 40 minutes, 20.154 seconds north, and 73 degrees, 56 minutes, 52.196 seconds west. If at any point during this transmission you begin to lose your focus, allow that loss to feel true. For in the moments of both recording and listening to this transmission, environmental forces are at play which bring our experiences simultaneously further and closer to a present moment, one of the many that live between each other. These forces are, in part, gravitational waves in the ocean of the celestial body, ripples in space-time that would not exist as they are without all others existing as they are too, for all waves eventually touch each other through a direct or indirect process of mediation. Much like the tide reels both into and out of the shore in a flowing progression of the individual waves that came before, so too do our experiences in the circulatory system of the celestial body. When we see a wave begin to break, we know that there are other, perhaps equal waves returning in the riptide of its wake. But by that same notion, we know that when we focus our sights only on the wave beginning to break, what we actually see is not the wave, but a veil. In commanding our attention to the liminal, we fail to see the subliminal conjuring below the surface. The journey of the wave has neither a beginning nor an end, but a transformative process of evolution as it moves through the slow ecstasy of its life force. One may feel a need to conceptually approximate this evolution into something rational, such as a cyclical pattern, but we must then consider that in reality, circles themselves are based around irrationality, a never-ending value which cannot be the root of any algebraic equation with rational coefficients, the transcendental pi. Embracing this irrationality of rationale may make space for one to see that these journeys, our experiences, the waves, can all be living in the ecstasy of their attraction to gravity. For much like the water, the ocean of our celestial body is cradled in the deepest chalices of earth. And because the appendages of this body have neither a beginning nor an end, the collective experience of its flesh can be described only in complex harmony. It is said that attempts have been made to chart these waters, and every one of those maps, graphs, and formulas resembles something of a score. The individual wavelengths comprise both the performance and the instrument that it's written for. And what's more is that it has been found that in laying all of these parts directly on top of each other, one wave at a time, we reveal that the instruments and their performances write each other into a spectrum of harmonic equilibrium. This score is, of course, dimensionally larger than any other document we might imagine, and by its very nature, only continuing to grow. But even if one were able to picture and read this great score, it would only provide them with a singular arrangement of how the piece theoretically has, does, and will sound. Relative to not yet achieving a unified description of gravity, all forces, and therefore our experiences, have an infinite number of possible performances, which one would need to appreciate to have a comprehensive understanding of how the piece sounds in totality. But much like any archive, we should consider intentionality, for the process of transmission necessitates the intention of the author.